Week 1, true health. Today's video, we're gonna talk about 3 things. First, what is health? 2, how do we determine if you're healthy or not? And 3, we're gonna talk about how to spot like a counterfeit health product or counterfeit health. So first, what is health? Anytime that we're going to try to get better at something or really understand something to its best, we need to understand kind of the definition of that. So I pulled out my big Dorland's Medical Dictionary and opened up to look at the definition of health. Here's what it says. It says health is a state of optimal physical, mental, and social well-being. The popular idea that it is merely an absence of disease and infirmity is not complete. It actually says that in the definition. So it's defining that health is a state of optimal physical and mental well-being. So that's health right there. It's understanding that there's all these different aspects of our bodies that need to be functioning well, need to be working in harmony, need to be at their optimal potential, but achieving that for us to truly be healthy. So if we look at that basic concept, understanding that health is about how optimally your body is working in every aspect, physically, mentally, socially, then how do we control that? What impacts that? What causes that to not happen? What causes us to not be optimally functioning? That's a good question. So stress is a huge part of that, whether that be physical, mental, emotional stresses, chemical stresses. These all can interfere with your body's ability to optimally function physically, emotionally, mentally, socially, and having well-being. So if we want to see an improvement to that, so if we see a loss of health, we see a loss of optimal states in those areas, then we want to be able to do things to influence and increase that optimal state. So one is removing stressors, removing things that are going to cause your body to not be functioning optimally. But the biggest thing is looking at now the base of what's controlling all of that. When you look at your body, we have 10 different systems that work together in balance, in homeostasis. That's what as our optimal state is balance. That's where your body really wants to be at, is balance, at ease. So what controls all of those systems? We have one system that controls them all, and that's the nerve system. And that's what's so incredible to me, is that we have this amazing power inside of us that was created. It's the first thing that was created. So sperm and egg come together. 9 days later, the very first thing that's formed is your nerve system. So that power within your brain and spinal cord and nerves controls every single organ, every tissue, every part of your body is controlled through the nerve system. So all these other systems, they're impacted, they're controlled, they're being told what to do by your nerves. So if your nerves are responding to a stress, they're going to tell your heart to beat faster or slower, going to tell your muscles to relax or contract, your blood to flow or to one area or to another area. Your nerve system is controlling and affecting all of that based off of its reaction to stress. And that can be good or bad. That can be in balance or out of balance. So what can affect that is pressure on those nerves, interference to those nerves, and stress, whether that's physical stresses, mental, chemical, emotional stresses, that causes you to be in a loss of health, a loss of functioning, which is going to affect the optimal state of you mentally, socially, and your overall health and well-being. That's such a huge thing to understand that. As we look at kind of getting rid of this fake ideas of health, and setting a foundation, this has to be the foundation for what your health is based on. Is what is true is that your nerve system controls everything. Your body wants to be in balance, and stress, we all are going to face it, but you should be able to adapt and be resilient to stress at any state, okay? So that is our base. When we have that as our base, now when we start to do other things in this year to move forward and changing and impacting your health, if you start to add in good nutrition, you're going to get healthier. You start to exercise, you're going to get healthier. You start to detox and pull these things away from your body that are not helping it. They're actually harming you. They're going to make you healthier because now you have a strong foundation based on truth. Now, what can we see that we see out there? How can we identify if something is not truth? How can we understand if something is fake? I was talking to like a patient of mine recently, and he collects coins. He loves like silver coins, old coins, things like that. And he was talking to me about that. The way he can spot if a coin is a fake is because he knows what real looks like. He knows how much the size of it. He knows the weight of it, the thickness of it, the ridges. He knows what a real coin looks like. So when we understand what real is, then we can see if something is not real. We can tell if that's not really going to be supporting my optimal physical, mental, or social well-being. So that is a key factor we have to look for is it going to bring value to your health? Is it going to be supporting the base of what is true health? Is it going to, actually be delivered in a way that is achievable, right? Is it something that's actually attainable? Going on a diet, maybe, for example, that where you're only going to eat, meat 24/7. It's the only thing that you eat. That's not a long-term plan for success when it comes to your health. We want to see not short-term effort producing short-term results. We want to see lifestyle changes producing a lifetime result. That's such a big difference, and that's where we can make a change in this next year that is going to be lasting, and that's what we want to see happen with this counterfeit health movement. I'm so excited that you guys are getting in on this. We're going to have more information all throughout this whole week, talking more about what true health is, and leading into next week, week 2, we talk about true food. Stay tuned, live well.